Hi guys, Darth Deuces here with another video, and today I wanted to make a video because I haven't made one in a little while, and I want to do a top 10, but I was trying to figure out something to do a top 10 of. It's a bunch of top 10s have all been done before. Today I thought I'd do my top 10 Star Wars The Vintage Collection action figures. Now this might have been done before, I don't know, but basically the idea is just taking a line of Star Wars figures and picking your top 10 specifically out of that line. So I'm going to do the vintage collection because that's the line I have the most figures from besides the Black Series and when I really started to get into collecting. I'm going to show you my top 10 favorites or ones I think are really good, plus 3 honorable mentions. If you want to make a response, either video or in the comments, you can leave down in the comments below which vintage collection figures you think are your favorite or you think are the best. Or you can make a video response. You can also make a video response of another line. Say, you could do top 10 30th anniversary figures, or top 10 Black Series 3 3/4 inch figures, or 6-inch figures, or top 10 Saga collection, or top 10 Legacy collection. There's so many. And if you wanted to continue on and do another line off mine, that'd be really cool too. I'd love to see it. And love to hear what you guys think are your favorite figures from either the vintage collection or another specific line. But basically the rules are the figures have to be released in that line. They all have to be released in the same line. They can come from battle packs or ship sets or whatever, but they have to be released as part of that line. Anyways, so let's get right into it because I don't want to take up too much time here. So we're going to go with 3 honorable mentions, and the first one is the Hoth Luke. This is a really cool figure. He has great articulation, pretty good sculpt, and great accessories. I really like this one. Jango Fett. This is another really great figure. I'm pretty sure he's mostly a repack of previous release Jango Fetts, but still he had some new parts, had some just packed with accessories and some nice articulation and sculpting, made him a really cool figure. And then lastly, technically I'm cheating here because technically this is the repack version, but it is the Star Killer figure, the clone Star Killer from The Force Unleashed 2. This was initially released in the vintage collection. I got mine from the Black Series repack of him, but it's essentially the exact same figure, so I'm going to put it on this list. Again, another really cool figure. I kind of wish he had some more ball hinges instead of swivel joints where there's some swivel joints at, but all in all, it's a really cool figure, and again, packed with accessories, and just another really cool one. So these are the 3 honorable mentions. We'll just take these guys off to the side here, and we will get on to the actual list. So I got these numbered from 10 to 1. Obviously, it can vary a little bit, but this is kind of like how I rank them. And at number 10 here, we have the deleted scenes, lightsaber construction Luke Skywalker. I definitely think this is probably the definitive Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker figure in this scale. Great sculpting, great paint apps, and again, came with a lot of accessories and had awesome articulation. I just really like this figure. It's definitely one of my favorite Luke Skywalker figures that I own. And that is number 10. So, put him over here. Now, to number 9, we have the ARC Trooper Commander, or the unofficial clone captain, or ARC Captain Fordo. I was always a fan of the miniseries, and this figure really does that justice. It's a really nice figure. I love the red paint apps on the armor. The white armor itself is very clean. He has great articulation. Again, comes packed with accessories. You're basically getting 2 figures in one, as you get the Phase 1 armor as well as the Phase 2 version armor, so you can have them displayed as either or. And just such a really great figure. I really like this one a lot. He is number 9. Number 8 is the realistic Clone Wars ObiWan Kenobi. I also have the Anakin. I do not have the Ahsoka, which is crazy expensive, but the Obi-Wan out of the 3 is definitely my favorite. I think this is one of the best Obi-Wan 3 3/4 inch figures that they've made. The head sculpt is just amazing on this guy. It's just really good. I love the armor. They gave him some dust and scrapes and stuff to make the armor look worn. He's got the comlink sculpted on. The Jedi emblem is nicely and accurately done. I really like the lightsaber hilt. It plugs in really nicely. He's got a really nice, strong blue-bladed lightsaber. Again, the head sculpt is just so very good. I really like this figure a lot. I think it's definitely deserving to be on this list. So that is number 8. Number 7 is General Grievous. Zoom out here. And this figure is, excuse me, really awesome. He's absolutely massive. He towers pretty much over every single 3 3/4 inch figure I own. He even towers over Darth Vader. And he's either the same height or is even taller than Chewbacca, which is really crazy. This is a really awesome figure. Really big, awesome sculpting. Articulation's pretty good for how they incorporated him. He has the arms that split, which is awesome. It came with a ton of accessories. I absolutely love the cape with the pockets, the holds, the lightsaber hilts, and all that. Just so very awesome. Another very well done figure. And probably the definitive 3 3/4 inch General Grievous figure to date. The Vintage Collection really did bring out a lot of definitive versions of characters in a 3 3/4 inch scale. General Grievous, again, is one of them. Moving on to number 6, I think. Yeah, 6. Number 6 is the Sand Trooper. This is the This is the Orange Pauldron Commander version of the release. They released the white version as a single card first, and then when they did the Lost Line sort of packaging for the figures, they released the Orange Pauldron, which is the one I got, and this is a really well done figure. The sculpting for the armor and the helmet is quite well done. The paint apps are really great with that really nice, sand colored wash over the figure. He comes with a bunch of accessories with the Stormtrooper rifle that has the retractable stock. You got the removable pauldron, the larger rifle in the backpack that has the display stand for the little droid. Is just really, really cool, and this is a really well done figure. Now getting down to the 5, we have at number 5 Revenge of the Sith Darth Sidious, or Emperor Palpatine. Another really great figure. This is definitely another one of my favorites. It's just so well done. I know some people aren't very pleased with how they gave him the cackling sort of head sculpt, but if you can zoom in there, that wants to focus. It's just a really awesome head sculpt. I love that head sculpt. He's cackling with the utter joy of being in combat with Yoda and fighting Yoda. It's that iconic cackle from when he's in that duel. It's just so awesome. The wrinkles are nicely sculpted. The eyes are nice and sunken in, and the cackle and teeth are protruding out and actually sculpted, and it looks really, really nice. And a nice wash has been applied. And you got that plastic hood, which just looks really nice. The soft goods work quite well with this figure. The articulation's good. And the accessories are really nice, with a really nice red crimson blade lightsaber and the awesome lightning effect. I love the lightning effect that just clips into his hand. I just love that. I think it looks really cool. And he is number 5. Now, number 4 is another Revenge of the Sith Vintage Collection figure, and it is Darth Vader, or Anakin Skywalker. Technically, this is when he is now Darth Vader. This is another really great figure. I picked it up not that long ago. It's one of my most recent pickups in terms of Vintage Collection figures. I just love the sculpt in this guy. Another head sculpt that just blows it out of the many figures out of the water. He's got awesomely sculpted hair. Great expression. He's got the nice yellow and red Sith eyes, which I think looks awesome. Just such a cool looking figure. He has a really great articulation, with ball hinge hips and everything. Get him some awesome poses. He has the Force choke sculpted hand, which is awesome. He comes with his lightsaber, and even the Jedi robe flows on him quite well. And I really like this figure. That is number 4. Just move these guys here. Fix Luke here. Now on to number 3. Darth Malgus. We have to have, obviously, aside from Sidious and all that, we had to have some Sith here. There's always going to be some Sith on any top 10 figures. I'm always going to have Sith if it has something to do with Star Wars. And Darth Malgus is definitely one of my favorites from the vintage collection. He was very well done. The packaging that he comes in is awesome. He's the only vintage collection figure I have right now that I have him loose and carded, because I really love this figure. In the packaging, he looks awesome. Out of the packaging, he's great. He has some good articulation, good accessories, and just the sculpting again on this figure is great. He's a big, bulky character, towers over multiple figures, and is just really, really awesome. Take a look at the sculpt there. He's such a cool figure. I love the character and I love the figure. Just so awesome. And he is number 3. Number 2 is a figure from a wave that was probably the least popular among the vintage collection, which would be the Phantom Menace wave. It was a fairly bland wave with a lot of background characters put in, or a lot of just uninteresting, boring characters in it that no one really wanted, and many of them became peg warmers. But that wave still did produce some really great figures, and one of those figures is Darth Maul. One of my favorite characters, and probably the definitive Darth Maul 3 3/4 inch figure. This thing is just awesome for the scale. You have a ton of accessories. The lightsaber's awesome, splits into 2. The hood and the sock goods looks really good. The head sculpt's amazing. The paint apps are awesome. Articulation's great. There's just very little wrong with this figure. They really hit all the right spots with this figure. And if you need to get a Darth Maul figure in this scale, this is the one to get. This one is amazing. He is number 2. And number 1 is another really great figure. Came out in the first wave of the vintage collection. It was my first vintage collection figure. One of the first figures that really sparked me getting into collecting, and just has some more sentimental value, so it is a bit biased, but it is a very awesome figure. And it is the Empire Strikes Back vintage collection Boba Fett. This figure is a beautiful figure. I'm pretty sure most of the parts on this, if not all of it, have been used already, and it's more or less a repack or a repaint. But the card back, it came in awesome. The vintage card back with him in it looks awesome. I'd love to get this figure carded someday. I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to get it carded, especially with my Comic-Con coming up in early November. Jeremy Bullock's going to be there, and it'd be really awesome to get this figure carded for him to sign. But it's awesome carded. It's even awesomer loose. It photographs fantastically well and just comes with a bunch of accessories, soft goods on it. It's nice. Articulation's pretty good, and just really has a presence that not many 3 3/4 inch figures can achieve. He just has the presence of Boba Fett in the 3 3/4 inch scale, which looks really awesome. On the shelf, he just looks awesome. Out of many figures, he really stands out. In any pose, he looks great. Even just the casual sort of rifle pointed down sort of pose, just staying there, he looks badass and has that presence among the figures that some others don't have. The paint apps are just awesome. I love all the scuffing on him. The sculpt is great. The green and the yellow and the mythosaur on there, and everything just looks so cool on this figure. And I think it's definitely deserving of number 1, or at least a high spot on the list. Anyways, that is my top 10 vintage collection Star Wars figures list. Thank you guys for watching. I encourage you to make a response if you'd like. I'd like to hear what you guys think are your best or your favorite vintage collection figures in the comments below. Make a video response. Make a video response of another line. That'd be awesome to see. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I always do. And may the Force be with you.